Get started here in a short minute. Getting everything sent out so people can join the live stream if they want. Before we get started here, let's bring up Lew Later, one of the great YouTube channels I enjoy. Good tech podcasts. Great tech podcasts, actually. Ryan. Come here, say hi.
Hello.
So, people are, look. Yeah, I got the chat window open on a separate device. Oh, don't mind anything over. Could bring up Lew Later here.
I'm just waiting for the live stream. With the screamer.
Okay.
You know, Apple has had a large number of successful products. Especially recently, it feels like, as Mo likes to say, they sold a few. By the way, shout out to Mo. He's relaxed.
Before we get going here, did some rough sketching already. I want to go to do some line work next. I'm going to play around with this, and whoever joins us, great. Hope you enjoy the stream, listening to the podcast, while we're doing some sketching at the same time. All right? If you have any questions, I got chat open. Hello to Orion's Adventures channel. I happen to know that guy personally. So, let's see who else is enjoying the show.
And so, I am going to be collabing with him today.
He's coming in and out of the studio. So.
Our studio where we mostly record YouTube videos.
Yes. Our YouTube video studio. I'm using Sketchbook Pro on...
He's using Autodesk Sketchbook Pro.
That's the Echo. That's Orion.
Yeah.
On an iPad Pro 2nd generation, Apple Pencil 2nd generation. It's the 12.9-inch screen. I really favor Sketchbook because, all this line weight that I can change and stuff whenever I'm doing my drawings. Procreate's another great tool. A lot of people also swear by Clip Studio Paint, another great utility to use on these tablets. Let's go ahead and go back to the podcast, and I'll draw. I'm going to fade out the logo that I created earlier. Maybe I'll just turn it off for a little bit. Move some layers down here. Sketchbook is free in the App Store, so
and
definitely try it out.
There's a tutorial to show you how to do it.
Yes.
In the beginning, and the tutorial is easier than all the other tutorials because other tutorials are like.
That's alright.
Okay, first we're gonna do one of these strings because this is a guitar lesson, and then you're like, okay, I can do it, and then do an impossible note, and then you're like, I can't do that. What do you want the E string?
All right. Well, people want to listen into the podcast while we're drawing and kind of relaxing a bit. And Orion, if you want to do some drawing on your iPad, he also uses Sketchbook. He loves it. Although I had a hand in teaching him it. This is a Rollerman from the 80s franchise Muscle Men. In Japan it was I know how to say it normally, but of course I'm live streaming, so I can't pronounce it right. Kinkinomon. Really cool little figures from back in the day. And I kind of wanted to do my take on this. Do a little bit of updated figure sketch. Like I said, I did a blue line pencil sketch earlier on the tablet, and now we're going to go mess around with more finished line work. So this would be like the inking phase. So go ahead and enjoy. I'll start the podcast back up. Lew Later.
He's relaxing in the background today by the fireplace over there. They especially recently, man, it's like, even with all the complications and things that are going on, continue to find customers for these things with an Apple logo on it. You know that well. And it almost feels like in certain circumstances, I mean, maybe depending how you want to look at this COVID thing, like,
all right,
it seems like some of these products even may have benefited from these world circumstances. Like people upgrading their iPads, or when they were marketing the iMac at the event over there, they said, "Oh, you got a video conference now because you're working from home." Like they just, or when they put out the original iPhone SE, and I was like, that's a budget phone right there. That's what the market's looking for, So they've been nimble enough. They keep slapping that badge, and customers, they keep ponying up the bucks. They keep lining up at the store, metaphorically, because they're not physically lining up.
Right.
And so every time you see these numbers, or they have one of these phone calls, and they got Tim Cook on there, he's like, "We're doing amazing." He's like, "Everything is great. We break records every 5 minutes. We're just like Ethereum."
Yeah.
Shout out Ethereum as well. Broke some records today. Anyway, one product where they're doing well, but it just ain't what it used to be. That product is AirPods. And, I mean, a guy like you, Will, immersed in this life, you see things like this way in advance.
Yeah.
Guy like you.
Yeah.
What you laughing about?
No. Is the whole screen just like zoomed in?
Oh, okay.
Freaked out a bit?
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
That wasn't by design. You weren't trying to. It wasn't
no,
extra entertainment value. It was zooming in.
It was scary. It was happening.
So, what's going on with AirPods? Yes, it is wildly successful, AirPods Pro, and there's new ones on the horizon. But what has happened is the heated competition. There's so many options now in the true wireless earbud space, full wireless, all wireless situation. And a lot of this competition is coming in at a more affordable price point. But it is still surprising to me, these companies, they chew up some of the market share, claw some of it away from Apple. But it's really not all that different than the other segments, is it? Because if you look at smartphones, they always had that premium price tag, and they still maintain their user base. But I guess if you look at market share, then yeah, it's pretty obvious that global market share trends in the Android direction. So anyway, here's the point. We may have seen peak AirPods in terms of market share based on some numbers here. I think it was our pals at Counterpoint that were doing the crunching the numbers, if you will.
That's what I like about digitally working. If I don't like a line, I can just get rid of it.
That's Apple is going to cut back the production.
I'm not a fan of this line right here.
Based on this change in the marketplace.
Double tap.
They have planned production wireless earphones, AirPods,
my pencil,
and they're going to scale it back 25 to 30% this year.
Probably just modify
as intensifying competition, dense sales. So here's how that works in like big numbers. Apple expects to make between 75 million and 85 million units, compared with a previous production forecast of 110 million.
I'll zoom
units.
out. We'll see if we like it.
It's crazy. You read these numbers all over again. You think to yourself, 110 million units.
Put my
마스크 때문에 왜 그러지?
he has Korean commercials on YouTube.
마스크 때문인가?
I'll be skipping
뾰루지,
those.
모공.
Man, It's a lot of people. And you know what I started to think about as well? I was like, it's not just intensifying competition from the likes of Xiaomi and the others that are growing quickly in the wireless headphone space. It's also themselves, in the sense that a lot of people who wanted these things already got them.
Mm-hmm.
How often are you going to be able to compel them to upgrade?
Like moving away
we know how it goes with phones. You've been pretty successful.
Layers,
You say,
so I don't
every couple of years you can get this new
start
phone.
drawing on
or
an
if it's a guy
incorrect
like
layer.
you, it's almost every year a guy like lives like
very
you.
useful tool.
Sure, yeah. The big one.
They figured out a way to bring a certain feature, a different look, a different color. They figured out a way to make you feel like you got to upgrade that thing more frequently.
Yes.
The only way they're going to get you to upgrade your AirPods, I think, for a lot of users is if they just run out of battery, period. They stop recharging and the person's back in the store. Because otherwise, it's like, I know these enhancements exist, but for the typical buyer, for the average person, is it enough? That's my question.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still a little wireless white earbud, and they're like, my thing's convenient. I listen to the audiobook over here.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to the Lew Later on this, and it sounds just fine to me.
Yes.
Unless Willie Do screws up the audio, in which case it does not sound fine to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never actually addressed that
line too.
We did it.
I'm not sure if you want to say anything to the people out there, because that was really hurtful to them when that went down.
Yeah, it's a terrible blunder.
Reason why there's different thickness is because the pressure sensitivity I'm putting on the
Yeah, that's
line.
fine. You can include me in that. I do apologize.
As I'm laying the line down.
This is the most significant order reduction for the second quarter toward the start of the third quarter. The levels of inventory in warehouses and in-store stocks of AirPods are currently high, and demand is not as strong as expected.
I don't like that too much.
Apparently, it's on. The AirPods are on sale in China
spin the
on Tmall.
frame around.
About a
Because you always want to draw
25%
from
discount.
your
Again, an
shoulder.
indication of an abundance
Don't
of
really
supply.
want to be drawing from
Apple shipped 72.8
your wrist.
million units of
It'll
AirPods
wear
last
you
year,
out
which
real
dominated the market with a 31% share. Now that sounds like a lot, but believe it or not, they were so far ahead of the market, Will, that they owned 60% of it in 2018.
See if I can do
And
something
47 in 2019,
Give it some
and
depth.
31 last year. So you see how this goes. Everybody else is participating now, and the market is just growing as a whole for true wireless earbuds. And I got to be honest, in a lot of these markets that are probably gobbling up some of this share, it might not even be all that feasible to be looking at a 200-plus pair of headphones. So there you have it. But either way, AirPods are going to continue to sell. It's just that, and there's a new pair on the horizon, which may skew this in some way. It's just that as far as share of wireless headphones on the market, it probably isn't going to go back to what it was now that things are the way they are. Today's episode brought to you by HelloFresh.
Yeah, Ryan.
You get some free meals, and you got to eat, and you got to eat right.
Yep.
And because, I always got to tell my kids, listen,
Good.
you want to get the treat afterwards?
All right.
You're trying to have the whatever you want to have, the chocolate or this and that. You want the ice cream, this and that.
Yeah, eat your broccoli.
You got to eat something healthy.
Sure.
You got to, and to be fair, you have one of these meals in front of you here, and you can do both. You can eat healthy,
Yeah.
and you have the empty plate without
Let's do a
eating.
little bit of rendering, some shadow work.
Because
on
I
here a
know,
little
if
bit.
there's one thing I know about you, Willie, dude,
This is going to be a lot.
each one of these plates can be empty if it ends up in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
It could be the one pot wonder. It could be that veggie dish right there. You never know.
I'll take all of them.
It could be the gourmet selection with the fingerling potatoes. You didn't know it's called that.
I love Lew Later.
And you see how that broccoli doesn't look right? It looks a little taller than usual. It might even be broccolini.
Oh. Well, it looks delicious. Either way.
HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips. You can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less, which we've got excuses right now. HelloFresh offers 25-plus recipes to choose from each week, from vegetarian meals to craft burgers and extra special gourmet options. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with all recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness. And
I
simplicity.
chose this Muscle Man figure just because
All
I
you gotta
always
do
liked
is
him.
head to
Thought he was
HelloFresh.com
really cool design.
/LewLater12. Don't forget to
All the
use the
zany
code
different,
LewLater12. The 12 is important because you get 12
characters
free
that
meals, including
came in
free
the
shipping.
sets. I wasn't a big
HelloFresh.com
collector of it. I was more of a
/LewLater12.
Transformers
Use
guy.
code
Before that,
LewLater12 for 12
He-Man.
free meals, including free
I
shipping.
like
You can
some of
find
the
link
other
in the
properties
description. If that's
from,
easier for you, just don't forget the code LewLater12. Go and
80s.
eat something.
So,
Please. Because the thing
too
is, when you
bad.
don't eat, all of a sudden you
pretty
get all
pleased with that
moody.
head.
Yeah.
And we can't have all these moods around here.
We're gonna put this layer behind
Everybody
it.
with
When it
their
gets
moods?
colored, he'll be obscuring part of that S and the
And
U and C.
emotions?
I don't think we'll get to
Everybody's
coloring
eating
tonight
right,
per se. We're
and then all of a
just
sudden
gonna
it
do
just
some line
clicks.
work.
The clarity
And,
comes through. It's like you
probably
just
finish it up
somebody
at some
was
point.
eating the
So this is just
beef
some
tenderloin
practice.
balsamic tomatoes, and then next thing you know, a breakthrough,
Of course, they're
a
doing the
collaboration we
commercial
never saw coming.
on Lew Later. So
Beautiful thing.
no big deal. To
How
listen
about
to that
air
part.
tags versus tile? Now, you
Moving
know
on.
these tile guys. You may be sitting here thinking to yourself, oh God, oh my God. We were making these tiles. People were tracking things. It's all going so well. And then Apple, the big, enormous
A bully.
behemoth, has to come with
Yeah.
their air tags. And we were just getting going.
Mm-hmm.
But you know it doesn't have to be like that, Will.
No?
No, it could be the other way around, where Apple comes with their product, and then all of a sudden, if you're a
Could
tile,
use a straight edge on
it
here.
brings more
right
more
here.
attention to the idea of tracking your
I'm
items.
just gonna go back.
And a bunch of,
Again,
let's say, Android people
one
are
of the
feeling left out. They're like, I want to
massive
stick that thing on
advantages
my dog.
of working digitally.
Could be you. And so you say, oh yeah, tile exists. So all this AirTag hype is going on. You're like, oh yeah, tile exists.
So the bigger picture.
Oh, maybe it's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
And you zoom out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Tile has a few things going on. I mean, they offer a number of different trackers. One might be right for you. Go to the products. You can see you can get Pro, Mate, Slim, and Sticker.
They've been at it.
They've been doing things.
Yeah.
So the Sticker one is so tiny, stick it to anything.
How flat is it?
You might even be
That's a good
rude
line.
and stick a tile. So leveraging that, I don't think tile can hold a candle to such a thing.
So the way that it works is the devices talk to each other, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they can locate.
Oh, they're chatting all right.
Yeah.
If you have Find My enabled on your iPhone, which again, I don't
Sure.
know, the speculation is it could be up to 1 billion devices. Or if you have the Tile application, which you downloaded from the App Store and it's running in the background on either your iOS or Android device, it will be behaving in the same fashion for tile trackers.
But less of them.
Hard to imagine there's
Right.
that many out there.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine it's the same. Now, one thing you may have been concerned with was battery life. Believe it or not, the batteries are interchangeable here.
Mm-hmm.
Like replaceable, user replaceable. You already knew that?
For both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a watch style battery, so you don't have to chuck the thing out. That's beautiful to know. Another advantage on the AirTag is ultra wideband precision finding. That's the thing you saw in the
These lines
demonstration
down.
where you're like walking right to it with the arrow.
Oh, right.
It's a greater level of precision. Of course, on the tile side, big advantage is cross-platform. Use it on whichever one you want. Maybe you're in a household with multiple different platforms. Maybe Android devices exist in your life alongside iOS. I mean, tile, you can take it from one or the other. So that's an advantage over there. And I suppose another advantage is the variety of
Yeah,
form
I don't like
factors that
that.
exist on tile. But it's going to be really tough if you're an iOS user to buy one of these
A
right
little
now.
bit better.
When you consider that
Didn't want to over
pre-existing
render.
ecosystem, that user installed base, when it comes to how you track it. Oh, and then the other piece was the stalking anti-stalker thing that we referenced on a previous show, which we were saying, hey, it's an interesting decision, but it may help a thief out. Obviously, the tile doesn't have something like that. It doesn't work exactly in the same fashion.
rollers.
So I think, given all this that I just said, I actually think this is going to severely bite into tile's business. I'm going to go ahead and say to you, I don't think that the attention being brought to it is going to have a significant impact on potential Android buyers. But I think there's still a business there. I think that Unless, well, we're going to have real problems here if they put out a pixel tracker, Google.
Sure, yeah.
Then you're coming from, then you're...
Or maybe Google buys Tile.
Can they? Who owns Tile? Is it somebody? Did Amazon buy them? Does somebody, or are they independent? Let's find out. I don't think that anybody owns them. Founded back in 2012. Crazy how long. They've been doing it since 2012, and the big players are starting to care about it now. Crazy how early you could be. I wonder if they had any interest in company acquiring them at any point in time. I'd be curious.
That's
oh baby, a knock at the door.
That's the
How about this? A
podcast, Lew Later.
2019 article, Tile finds another $45 million to expand its item tracking devices.
Okay. Quite a bit.
That's interesting. So anyway, they've been at it for a long time. They've raised a significant amount of money. It doesn't look like they were acquired at any point. They have a variety of investors. Is the
Parent company.
I don't know. It's listed here as an owner. I believe it's what would be one of the investors. Yeah, GGV Capital and Francisco Ventures. So it's a number of different investors, but it doesn't look like it's one of the big players. So yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out. But there are some technical advantages on the AirTag side, that's for certain. Sony's Xperia smartphone business has reported its first profit in years.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
So
Sony?
So that's good news, especially in a situation where we just had the LG news about them bailing and saying no dice. Like it just wasn't working out. They couldn't turn a profit. They kept taking a shot at it, and then they said we're out of the smartphone business completely.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like to have options in the space. It's nice, especially from brands that I kind of grew up with. You know, there's a little attachment there. Sony being one of them. And maybe they're starting to figure out like a little groove with the prosumer type and the camera types. And we've talked about it, how they kind of embraced the Xperia thing or the A-series thing inside of the Xperia phones. So you kind of felt like you had features from your Pro camera, and they just, I don't know, did they carve something out? Maybe. Around 400,000 Xperia smartphones were shipped in Q1 2021, which, by the way, that's not a lot. In fact, what's weird about this report is the last quarter they didn't do well, but it was just when you piled up the whole year. It was the first time in a long time they turned a profit. So the fiscal year 2020 was the first time since 2017 that the mobile communications division of Sony reported a profit. That's make or break type stuff, Will.
Yeah.
That was a similar story to LG. 2017, you're in 2021 right now. I don't know if I need to remind you.
Yeah.
2017. How old were you in 2017? You were 15 years old.
Yeah. Seems pretty accurate. But they stuck to their guns. And now they're not on top.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're going to find an audience here. They got all this new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
They've maybe they found an audience, and they have these narrow phones, high resolution, and leveraging the camera stuff, which they're obviously dominating in that space. So good luck in the future. But yeah, shout out, make a few bucks, Sony, stay in the game. Tesla's head of UI departed the company, and apparently in the process shared some previously unseen images of Cybertruck UI, and this was a UI guy. You can appreciate that, Will. And so it was some of the Cybertruck UI and some of the full self-driving UI.
Okay.
That was posted on his website as he left, because he was going to kind of do his own thing. And then, you put the portfolio on the website. You're like, here's the things I worked on.
Did Tesla come for him?
And well, what happened was people were posting on Reddit. They're like, look what this guy just posted. I don't know, has anyone seen this before? And then the images vanished from his website.
Did he vanish as well?
I mean, I hope not.
Oh.
I think he's still around.
Okay.
He actually sent, by the way, this article's on Electrek, and he sent a note to Electrek that, hey, none of these images were leaked. They've all been seen before. But then he went to delete it. So I don't know. Look, man, I don't. But anyway, the interesting one, or the one that seems significant, is if you scroll down. By the way, the name of the individual, the designer, Paolo Pietrica. After 4.5 years at Tesla, today is my last day. I'll miss these sweet fools so much. Such incredible designers and humans. And he did this GIF, or actually it looks like a video clip of himself fading out of the picture. You see that?
Where?
Well, you'll see he just fades away, right?
That was really quick.
Yeah, well, he's not there anymore. So.
He is.
And then he's back, and then he's not, because it loops. But anyway, so he did his little thing, and but as far as stuff that got saved from the website prior to it being taken down, I guess we have here the user interface for the Cybertruck. You get a better glimpse at that. Very cyber.
Cool.
Which is cool. And then scroll down a little further, and you will see a video clip. No, go further than this, because I want to see the new full self-driving. Yeah, a little bit more. It's all cleaned up. A little bit more. There it is. Grabbed the new FSD UI video off that website before it got deleted, and so this is an actual video clip of the new full self-driving. So,
cool.
Yeah, cool, but now it's gone. So I don't know. I don't know if it was supposed to be up there or not, but, people keep track of these things, Will. They want to see the latest.
Mm-hmm.
This headline really
Nice.
kind of screwed me up, this headline. Bad infrastructure and not being male among reasons people give up EVs. Do you need me to read that again? Bad infrastructure and not being male among reasons people give up EVs.
Huh. Interesting.
They did this.
Why is there a connotation?
It's a weird way of writing it, and the comment section got fired up, and obviously that's the point with the headline. But it isn't.
Jonathan.
No, but it's real though. The data shows it, so it's not like. Yeah, the data shows it. So anyway, 20%, this study was in California. 20% of Californian EV adopters gave up plug-ins, study finds. So this is people who previously owned an electric vehicle, and then on their next purchase, they decided to go back to full-out gasoline car. This is not a thing that you often hear about. Wait a minute, how many people went back? You hear about adoption rates, but what about how many people quit on electric cars? Like 20% is pretty significant.
Uh-huh.
They said, that wasn't worth it.
I wonder why. Like, bad infrastructure.
I'm back.
Is California
All right, how you doing?
So what it is it's... Okay, there were a number of correlating characteristics to the individuals who are more likely to give them up. And I will break down every single one of those. Those that quit the EV lifestyle were more likely to have smaller households and have fewer vehicles in the household. So what does this tell you? Okay, it's your only option for a car in the whole household. They were younger, earned less.
Didn't want to use a
rented
straight
more.
edge for the rollers.
Okay, so a little note on the rented
Gives
more.
it a little more.
It's
natural
tough with the
feeling.
rental. You might be saying, well, I got the superchargers. It's okay if I don't have the charger at the house or a garage,
Not too
which
bad.
often with a rental.
Again, this is
You might
like
think,
my
I'm gonna
take
be
on
just
the
fine,
guy.
but then you find yourself 45 minutes
He
at
was
the charger
very
every
much
couple
more
nights, and you
boxy.
think, what am I doing with my life right
Toy.
What
now?
tool are you using?
Also on here, we're less likely to live in a detached
Right now
house,
I'm
so again,
using
less likely to have a
the
garage.
pen that I'm using
And we're less likely
is
to
called
be male
inking pen.
than the Californians who start
Yeah,
with
size
EV.
5.0.
So that's
Because
the one
when
line which
when
gives
you're
you the
using this,
headline, which causes
like I
people
was
to
telling
go,
people earlier, you can just lightly draw or
I don't
push
know,
down
or get
hard. It's got all
twisted
the
up.
pressure
Are you on my
sensitivity.
It's statistics from their study.
I
Their
believe
study,
so.
I guess it was 1,727 households.
I
Not the
believe
hugest
so.
study, but it's relative. I mean, it's kind of significant.
Yeah.
So essentially what it's saying is that for whatever reason, males were more likely to stay with EVs once having gotten one, slightly more likely than females, amongst all these other characteristics which which could lead you in the direction of. But I'll just give you a piece of my own. Like, never mind the male females. I'm not getting involved in that. People do what they're going to do. People choose what they're going to choose. Mm-hmm. There are benefits and drawbacks on both sides. And I'm not one of these people that, like, you're evil if you're driving a gas car, or, you know, the only way forward is, I mean, maybe eventually the only way forward is the EV car. But I'm not going to go out there and say that it's right for everybody right now.
No.
It's just not. And so from personal experience, I got the electric car, but I have other cars. So it's not even fair for me to act like some superiority. Like, it ain't like that. There's certain circumstances where, like, there's many times you saw my car parked and charging, and I'm driving some other one across the province or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Things don't have to be perfect, of course, when you're drawing. I mean,
maybe I was.
Lord knows I'm never perfect in
but
drawing.
There are some considerations
try
with
my
me,
best
especially
and
the
just
one I have.
enjoy
It doesn't have
doing
tremendous
what I
range.
do.
The Taycan Turbo S is around, oh man, it's hard for me to say, but it's under 400 kilometers.
Right.
It's under 400 kilometers,
Not really
and
sure
I'm
about
used
that
to having,
face.
I've had a number of cars up in the
Might have to
700-800 kilometer on a fuel tank, on a full fuel tank. And so
do a little bit up here.
it's you know, it's just there are certain circumstances where it's not as convenient. Now there's other times where if I've got it here always charging up, I never have to think about going to the gas station.
Here.
Yeah.
So that's a beauty. That's a
Stick out
bonus as
little
well.
bit more.
So it's a benefit and drawback situation. But
I'll zoom out and take a look.
For myself,
sure.
my lifestyle, the family and everything else. If
it's just
we,
a sketch.
as a
Doesn't have to be
household, could only
perfect.
have one vehicle, there's no way it's going to be an EV right now.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
I'm
There's
not
no
like
chance.
that.
It just wouldn't be.
Love the undo.
No, I hear you.
Right now.
I get it.
Right now.
I may have
Right now.
over-rendered the
That could
eye.
change, of course. But
We'll go with that for
there's
now.
a couple things. It's not just having the charge stations, it's the time it takes. If we can get these much faster chargers out there, I'm talking whatever we were talking with the EQS, was it 200 kilowatt? If we can get even faster, if it can be a situation where it's like 10 minutes, that's a different story. If I can pull off the highway in 10 minutes, I'm back and ready to go. And I know.
Yeah, it really is the charging, isn't it? Faster
Absolutely.
charging.
I mean,
It's
if you're on your way to a tournament, a sports tournament with the kids, and you're going to pull over for 45 minutes, I don't care if there's a nice mall there. If you were late taking off, and there's certain situations.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and once they can get
My color,
across
I'm gonna
all of those off
stay
the
with
list,
the
and then they have the performance,
traditional
and then they have the environmental, and then they
flesh
have
tone color.
then
I
it's a
couldn't do
wrap.
anything.
So that's obviously where.
particularly
I mean, I'm not breaking any
extravagant.
news here. That's what they're all
When I
working on.
go to
They're
coloring
just trying to
these
figure out how
guys,
to charge faster
this
and
guy.
have more locations to do such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
Halo Infinite will support cross-play and cross-progression on Xbox and PC. I think that people are going to celebrate such a thing.
No, this is great.
Multiplayer customization and progress will sync across PC and Xbox, and then also for multiplayer games themselves, you're playing from both groups, both pools, which is nice. So your pals on the PC and you're on the Xbox, and this is one of the areas that Microsoft can really leverage.
Yes.
Because they're in both places. Microsoft is announcing today that Halo Infinite will support crossplay and cross-progression when it launches later this year,
Better.
allowing PC and Xbox players to match together and play Halo Infinite campaign. So they can play the campaign together,
nice.
as well as multiplayer. The multiplayer mode will be also free to play when it launches, so it's going to be one of those Fortnite situations.
Yeah. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty Warzone situations. Are there any other hot ones right now which are free to play? Because I feel so dated saying those two titles, but maybe there's still what people play. I don't know.
Apex?
Yeah, Apex, but Warzone came out after Apex, no?
Yes. They're the big three, I think.
There's
Maybe
no
PUBG.
big free to play right now that's more current. Am I nuts?
I can think of.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure someone's shouting this.
Undo.
Anyway,
Undo.
when it launches later this year, it'll support up to 120 FPS in the arena mode on the Xbox Series X. And then the customizations are going to have to be available across both of them. So 120 FPS multiplayer on a console. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they would probably have to figure out balancing issues with the PC, Xbox controller, mouse kind of situation.
It's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah.
But
Warzone kind of started it, you know, but we'll see.
will you be playing this game?
I mean, we all got to play, right?
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. You took your hand off the mouse. You point at me like that.
Yeah.
Okay, would you would you rather play on PC or on Xbox?
That's a good question. Old school, probably just console.
On the Xbox. Okay, yeah. All right, you heard it here. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin is soon going to take your money. They are selling tickets, or they're going to soon sell tickets. They're taking the pre-registration to buy the tickets. So they want you to sign up to be one of the first to buy the tickets in order to take a ride on the space tourism rocket. So they put out this little promo video. It's called New Shepard. It's designed to carry as many 6 people on a ride past the edge of space, with the capsules reaching an altitude more than 340,000 feet. So the full details apparently are coming May 5th, with possibly the option to purchase at that time. Now, let me ask you before... Okay, you can play a little bit of the video if you like. So this is a promo video, and you're going to notice a few tidbits. Pause right there. So first off, Bezos is driving... This is noteworthy.
A Rivian.
He's driving a Rivian. Amazon invested in Rivian.
Yeah.
Right? Or Bezos himself, whatever. There's money in Rivian. So he's in a Rivian. He's flying. He's in Texas. He's got the hat on.
It's part of his...
And he's saying, here we go. He's a real space cowboy. And of course, it uses some of the footage of the landing of the rocket and then the capsule coming down.
A la SpaceX.
Floating down
style.
3 parachutes. And then he approaches the thing. He says, looks pretty good in here. Something along those lines.
Okay.
But look at him, 150,000. Although the company expects it could increase its prices substantially for the first commercial. So maybe it goes up. But I like... I
didn't want to use music because,
not only is he calling the celebrity fights, now he's calling the space fights.
They don't work well together.
Really do, ladies and gentlemen.
It is what it is. So I'll use podcasts.
Really do.
A lot of emphasis
of their own shows. Why not? And it's a great show.
You must have heard about this one. Walmart is coming after Kanye West. You heard about this one, Will?
No, I didn't.
He was showing off, I guess, what might be, could be, maybe is the new Yeezy logo. And Walmart said, hey, that's our logo. What you up to? And he also happened to be reading, remember that picture of Merch? He was reading a Walton book, one of the Walmart founders.
Was he?
I'm just going deep now. I just remember a picture. He was reading up on it, and people, make sure I'm right about
Not
this.
bad.
Because people were like, why are you reading that book?
Hi, buddy.
Walton? There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, you had it, dude.
Or
Maybe you didn't. You gotta put Kanye West Walmart book. And then we're gonna get it.
Make these eyes a little more deeper.
Wait a minute. Maybe not good enough. Oh, this is gonna be tough. You're getting the latest news story more than the other one. But I'm telling you, a few days ago, he was holding on to... Now you're making me want to look. Walton book. Oh, here we go. 7 days ago, Kanye West...
Oh, is that on Twitter?
Reading a book about entrepreneur Sam Walton is inspiring because it shows that even a billionaire is always learning. The next generation going to be reading books about Kanye West. Okay, so he had the Sam Walton book in his hand.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting that, that was posted 7 days ago.
All right, let's get to those muscular arms.
Or whatever it was around there. And now we have Walmart upset about his new trademark.
You're going to go ahead
there's 2 trademarks.
Grab some water
Okay,
real quick.
Walmart is underway.
Go ahead and enjoy the Lew Later podcast for just a moment, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. So it looks like a sun. It has these tubular kind of spikes, I guess. Now, the Yeezy logo, the proposed Yeezy trademark, is not the same number, is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spikes.
It's the same, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
No, there's an extra line there in the center. So, and then it's dots instead of these solid. Will wants to say something.
No.
Go ahead.
No, you're describing. I'm.
No, I know, but I felt like you had a strong react.
No, it was just a deep inhale.
Okay.
Go on.
So it's the Yeezy logo on the left, it's the Walmart logo on the right, and what happens is when you go to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, any company that sees something that looks like theirs, they can
really
challenge a logo or trademark and say
it looks similar.
No, it's too much like ours.
I don't know.
Because the Yeezy trademark application is pretty recent. Obviously, the Walmart one's been around for a while.
I'm not a particular fan of
the Walmart
Kanye,
logo since 2007.
But then again, I could also care
and the
less.
Yeezy documents were first filed or proposed logo in January 2020.
Let's just listen in.
So obviously, it's more recent. Now the question becomes:
get back to drawing.
Are they so similar that you feel like Walmart has a point, or are they different enough that you're like, "What are you doing, Walmart?"
What's your thoughts on it first?
You really don't want to answer this one. Okay, all right. Give you a couple shots here now. Apparently, Walmart's been trying to get in touch with Yeezy as well. And to date, we have not received any conclusive information from Yeezy regarding the planned use or any cooperation from Yeezy in order to find common ground. So they were trying to get in touch with Yeezy to say, look, we just want to make sure you're not opening stores with that logo, let's say. Big blue stores with that logo.
Right.
Like usually what happens with these things, they want to know, okay, how are you going to use it?
Yes.
If it's not crossover to what we're doing, then we can just make a deal.
Sure, yeah.
Well, apparently he hasn't been responsive to it. I think they're different enough. Mm-hmm. That's my feeling. I realize it's roughly the same shape, and in this picture, roughly the same scale, but the dots for me are different enough.
Well, this is just the logo. They don't have the Walmart.
No,
is that the logo?
No, that's the logo right there.
Want to hear some intermission
Yeezy's brand
music?
gonna have like some other?
Nope,
It
we're
might,
good to go.
I presume
We're
they
not
can
on
use it however they
intermission.
see fit, right?
I'll be done
they could
here
put
in
Yeezy,
about,
the word beside it or not. Up to them, right?
15 minutes or so.
Now,
Or
color
some
would make
music
a
going
difference
on
as well.
Sure.
while you're drawing?
If Yeezy becomes
Nope, I got a
yellow and
podcast.
blue,
I'm good,
that's
but
gonna be a problem.
give me
I
about
created-
20
I agree
minutes,
with you. I
okay?
think it's
Okay.
different enough.
20
I
minutes and I'll
created
listen.
my own.
And Yeezy's a big business, by the way. Reportedly now, we're at
I'll listen
6.6
to it here
billion.
in about
Or
20
that's
minutes.
Kanye.
Okay,
Apparently,
buddy?
the Gap deal is
I love
worth
it.
3.2. He is reportedly worth
Always
6.6
enjoying
billion.
being
And
creative,
the
which is
Yeezy
great. I want to encourage
partnership
that.
with Adidas and his clothing line Gap are worth a combined 3.2 to 4.7. So anyway, whatever. It's billions of dollars. So I guess Walmart wants to find out, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's been hard to. I don't know. I think they're different enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. This next one. First of all, before I get into it, do you know anything about this particular dish? Luosifen? The controversial, smelly Chinese soup noodle dish that went from obscurity to durian-level fame.
Well,
The noodle dish divides opinion sharply with some families. So it's a noodle dish which in it you have a certain type of bamboo which is fermented and it's a very strong odor. And now some people who are eating this thing say it's a game changer.
really?
Some people who are eating this thing are saying it's the most addictive.
Oh.
Some people who are eating this thing say it tastes marvelous. The more of it you have, the more deeply you will love it. This is a quote from Weibo.
Nope, I don't.
Let's
like
see.
that.
What else I got? Third commenter wrote, I often tell my friends who dare not try this food, how do you know it tastes bad if you don't have a try? I didn't eat it before, but after I ate it, I found a new world's door has opened to me. It's really yummy, trust me. Or, how about I treat you?
The translation there.
Oh, I got better ones. Hold on. First of all, a little background. Okay, so it partners rice noodles, stock soup, stewed for hours with river snails and pork or beef bones and sour pickled bamboo shoots.
My wife would
It
probably
can also include
love
peanuts, fried bean curd sheets, daylily, black fungus, dried turnip, and sometimes green
that.
vegetables.
Smack out this fist.
Strong odor is from the bamboo shoots, which have been fermented using a secret recipe. When I eat this at home, everybody in my family will keep a distance from me. They told me to hold my bowl and go outside. They said they don't dare to touch my bowl and pot that I use to cook the noodles and want to throw them away because of the pungent smell.
Wow.
Oh, here's a good one. A Chinese student in Italy was fined 40 euros for cooking Luocefen at home after his neighbor called the police suspecting there was a bioweapon in the
Damn. That does sound like durian level nightmare.
It smells like a bioweapon, but yet
People swear by
it
that
opens
stuff.
new doors of flavor.
And my experience with
give it a
a
shot.
lot
Would
of
you give it a
Asian
one-time
cuisine
shot?
is,
Yeah.
You
at least
give it
with Thai
one time, you give it
food,
one
is
time.
the
Well,
more
yeah, I give anything a
disgusting
one
it
time.
looks,
Most things I give
better
a
it
one time.
tastes.
Sure, yeah.
Many things I give
And
a one time. Maybe not everything.
Korean food, it seems like the more foul it smells, the
They're
better it
pre-packing
tastes.
it now, by the way. I don't know. Maybe
It's-
we can
it's
find it at
strange,
TNT.
but
They're pre-packing
Living
it.
over here
So
for 20
last
years.
year, the revenue from pre-packed Luocefen, I'm going to have to figure out how to say that, Luocefen, made by factories in that region reached $1.7 billion. So I don't know if they're exporting it or not. Maybe we can get our hands on it. If so, this place is going to, I wonder what the dogs are going to think of it. With that smell. Yeah, with that smell going on. But anyway, there you go. I found something, I don't know if anybody knows
Nice,
about it.
big.
I don't know if anybody's heard of this
meaty
stuff. I'm sure
hand.
someone's going to say in the comments, yeah, I have that every day. It's the best stuff.
Oh, so it's like instant noodles now.
Yeah, pre-packed. You can find it.
Cool.
So I don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye out. Maybe we have a
Sure,
little
yeah.
live taste test, see how we make out.
Yeah.
Here's a story. Adam Sandler was in an IHOP and with his daughter,
Mhm.
and then he got turned away from the restaurant because there was too much of a wait. And then the person who told him that didn't realize it was him until after, so they posted on TikTok about how they were a clown for not realizing that it was Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler tweeted or TikToked about it?
No, a TikToker.
Oh, a TikToker.
A TikToker TikToked about it.
Okay.
And decided to call themselves a clown for not noticing such a thing. But none of this is what I like about the article.
What happened?
There's one thing that I really like about the article. Okay, so anyway, first of all, I like how casual he goes out. I can really relate to that. He's got a North Face hoodie,
Like, yeah, peace.
some baggy shorts, and some comfortable shoes. I can relate to that, for one. Oh, by the way, the video has gone viral. 9.7 million views. That's TikTok for you.
Right.
Oh, here's one thing that I don't really know. So
Big
people pick
old
up the
meaty
story.
mutton grip.
She
Kind of dig it.
posted it. So at what point did she realize it was Adam Sandler? Because in the moment she didn't.
No.
So she went to look at the camera, I guess, and figured out it was.
Yeah, probably.
She's like, maybe that was Adam Sandler.
Yeah, this guy looks familiar.
And then went to the camera. She's like, that was Adam. Okay, but here's the best part. This is my favorite part of the whole thing. Sandler's publicist confirmed to the Huffington Post that it was Sandler. Relationship and a bond, and it's a way in which, particularly really high level, like a service dog, for example,
Yes.
needs to be on that level, on that wavelength of constantly interpreting whether the person is in distress or if they need some help or whatever it might be. But here's the thing. There's some physiological barriers to a dog's ability to actually make contact with another